I wanted to talk about dominance of the branches. So basically each branch wants to be the tallest, it wants to be the leader of the pack. So what happens with very neglected older trees, and I have even seen it on some younger ones, once a branch starts getting out beyond the shape of the rest of the tree, one branch or a few branches will decide, hey, I want to be the leader. So what ends up happening is the tree starts to kind of form like its own tree outside of the space that we want it in. So we want to be conscious of when we're pruning that we want to try and keep that rounded shape of the tree. We want all branches in their own little space, otherwise they're opportunistic and they will just keep growing and making their own. They all want to be the leader. So I'm actually going to bring this back. So these branches, are kind of out to this point, but really the bulk of the tree is back in here. I don't want to remove this whole branch as of right now because I still have a lot of issues that I have to deal with in the tree. When I work with trees, I always want to start from the top down and the center out. So in a couple of the videos, you saw me wanting to try and clear out that center. That's for a couple reasons. One, when you're in the center looking out at all the branches, it really helps you to identify the problems that are going on. It's a lot easier to see crossing and rubbing branches. When you're looking from where the camera's looking in at me, sometimes it's a lot more difficult to see those problems. So by having the center of the tree cleared out, it allows me to get in there and just look for things. If I were to remove this entire branch right now, that is, I wouldn't say a large portion of the tree, but this branch could be meaning that I couldn't remove one of the branches in the center or one of the branches really up tall. If you want to look up to the top portion of that tree, you can see that because I've been trying to remove the branches and lower them down, the tree's been responding with suckers that are just trying to grow up and give the rest of the tree shade. Basically, they're being opportunistic and just trying to create more leaf mass. When it was damaged those few years ago, the tree needs to, it was supporting this whole huge leaf mass, and then essentially half of it was taken away. So the tree wants to respond by replacing all that leaf mass. That's why we really want to be careful, especially on older trees. You never, ever, ever want to take more than a third. And if the tree's been really neglected and hasn't been pruned in the last couple years, you can even be more conservative than 1/3. I always get people saying, oh, it looks like you didn't even prune my tree when I've been done with it, despite there being a large pile of branches. That's a really good thing. Your tree shouldn't look like it's been pruned. You want to keep that natural shape. You want to keep all the natural elements of the tree, the branching structure. It's only when things start to become a problem that we want to address them. Okay?